Hello students. Okay, before moving on to part 2 of the poem The Kite, let us have a quick recap what we learned from the first 2 lines that I mentioned in part 1 video. Okay, so what we learned from part 1? We learned that The Kite is a very short melodious poem by Harry Ben. He had described how the kite looks when it flies up in the air, and also how bright it looks when the sky is without clouds. The color is very bright, and when we start flying the kite, it's very new. It seems to be very new, very brighter on the sky. It is controlled by a string. As the wind blows, the kite also goes up on the sky. The poet has also compared it with the ship. As the ship sails on the waves up and down, in the same manner, the kite also flies high up on the top with the help of the wind. Now the poet also has mentioned that as the wind slows down, the kite seems as if it has taken time to rest. So till here we completed in the part 1. So let's see what the poet wants to say next. When string goes slack, slack means loosens. You wind it back. Back means, wind it back means rolls it back. So when the thread or when the string tied to the kite loosens up, understood? The flyer, one who is flying the kite, he runs and immediately rolls it back. You take it back because the wind has stopped blowing. And run until, understood? You run, you rolls it back, immediately you run and you rolls it back. Ab वापस खींचते हो. And a new, you wait until a new breeze blows. Breeze means air. The flyer or one who is flying the kite, he waits until a new air blows again and its wings fill, and again the kite is filled with air and up it goes, and again it goes up on the top. Now last 6 lines. How bright on the blue. Blue means, what do you mean by blue? I told you in the first part also. Blue means very clear sky. Sky without clouds. So the poet is saying that, again he is saying the same line here also. He says that as the wind starts blowing again, its wings fills with air and it start blowing, it start flying high up on the top. Isn't it? So he is saying that it looks the kite looks very bright and beautiful on clear sky. Is a kite when it is new. The same line what he mentioned before. It's very new now. Again it looks very bright and beautiful. So it looks like very new. But a raggeder thing. Raggeder means worn and torn. Very rough look. Understood? When it gets rough look, you never will see. Understood? No one likes to see a very shabby, poor look kite, isn't it? A worn, torn kite. It loses all its beauty when it gets worn and torn. जब वो फट जाता है तो अच्छा नहीं लगता है दिखने में. When it flaps on a string, when it flies on the string, when it flutters, fadfadana, understood? It loses the control of the flyer and it in the top of a tree. When it gets struck, when the kite gets struck on the top of a tree, it gives very shabby, worn and torn look that no one likes. You never will see. No one likes to see such kind of kite, isn't it? So children, I hope that you understood the poem very well. Okay, just read the poem once. What the poet want to say. Okay, so here we don't have any particular question answer in the textbook. If you see, there only some objective parts are there. That also I am adding with this video. Okay. After understanding the poem, let's begin with working with the poem. Question number 1. List out the action words in the poem. Action words means the verb, especially the verb, the doing words. You have to select from the poem itself. So, 3 are already given to us. Dive, dip, snaps. Also, you have to find out the meanings of these words, of the words which you are finding from the poem. So, dive, dip, snaps already given. We have to find out other 4 to 5 action words in the poem. Dive. Now, dive means dubki lagana. To enter into water intentionally. With full planning, you enter into the water. Dip. To enter into water momentarily. For some moment. Snaps. To make a sharp or crackling sound. When the kite flies high on the sky, it makes a crackling sound. Now, another 4. Soars, to fly high. Rides, to sit and travel. Okay, rides means to sit and travel on the back of an animal. Here, rides means it rides on the sky. Okay, its travel on the sky. Flaps, farfadana, to flutter its wings, like the kite flutters when the wind blows high on the sky. Pulls, to pull. Understood? In order to give the direction to the kite, you pull the string and give the direction according to the wind direction. Now, question number 2. Read these lines from the poem. Then soars like a ship with only a sail. Now, first of all, here you have to understand the word like. Wherever you get this word like, you get a new figure of speech, that is simile. There are around 27 to 28 figures of speech which you are going to learn in further classes. Right now you have to keep in mind only the simile. What do you mean by simile? When there is a comparison. Understood? See, here the poet is comparing kite with the ship. Like the ship sails on the waves up and down. In the same way, the kite also flies high on the top. Isn't it? So there is a comparison. The poet is comparing between the ship and the kite. So such kind of lines are known as simile. Especially for simile, you need this word like. If like is there, then it is simile. Comparison. Okay. He runs like. Now see, here they have asked the same question. We have to make such comparisons. Equal similarity. He runs like a deer. He eats like a dog. She sings like a bird. See, her voice is compared with she and a bird. A bird sings very melodious song, na? So in the same way, her voice is also like that. So comparison, equal comparison. It shines like a star. It flies like a kite. Like word everywhere. Like word is there. So such kind of sentences are known as simile. Okay. Now, question number 3. Question number 3. Try to make a kite with your friends. Collect the things required such as color, paper, newspaper, thread, glue, a thin stick that can be bent after making the kite. See if you can fly it. So this you have to do on your own. Okay, children? That's all for today. Hope you understood the poem very well. Okay, and write these answers in your textbook itself. That will be enough. Okay, and also learn for the unit test. Take care.